Hi, everybody, and welcome to the next installment in Encouragement for Entrepreneurs. Today, we're going to start a two-part series on growth paralyzers. These are things that get in the way of you getting to the next level. The first one is perfectionism. Next week is going to be passivism. So let's jump at the first one. I think one of the goals that I have is to afflict the comfortable and comfort the afflicted. I'm going to try to do that in these next two presentations. These are three lies that perfectionism tells us. I don't know if you're like me, but I want things to be done right. I want things to be done right the first time. And I have struggled with perfectionism because I have quit some things and I have not started some things because it's not 100% right. I talk to authors all the time. I've written about 16 books, and they asked me what's one of the best counsels you can give me as an author? And the best counsel I can give you is just write. Don't try to make it perfect. Just write. That's what you have editors for. I have people that I know that have written books and I have not turned them in because it's not perfect, and they read it again, it's not perfect, and they read it again, it's not perfect, and they read it again, it's not perfect. Like, I have read Max Lucado books that have grammatical errors in them. And this guy is a New York Times bestseller. And he has grammatical errors after 1 million people have read his manuscripts. So if you struggle with perfectionism, here's three lies that perfectionism tells you. Number one, the first lie, if one thing is not right, then nothing is right. This is like what John calls a house of cards, that if one part, one component, one section of your project, of your idea, of your ministry, whatever, of your book, right, of whatever it is that of your product, if one thing is not absolutely perfect, then everything must be scrapped and we can't move ahead until one thing is perfect. Now, you might be saying, well, I've heard in conversations, I've heard in presentations, I've heard in messages that one thing can derail the whole thing. What about that, Pastor? What about what those people were saying? I would push back gently with this. I drive a car. I drive a Kia Sedona. It's not perfect, but it doesn't stop me from driving it every day. Now, are there things that could derail my car? Absolutely. If there's no oil in my engine, there are some things, right? So it depends. This conversation that you're having with yourself, that if everything is not perfect, then I can't move forward. Well, it depends. One of my good friends used to say, done over perfect. So this first lie, that if everything is not completely 100% perfect, you can't go forward. It's a perfectionistic attitude and it's stopping you from growing. Number two, I am what people are going to say that I am. This is a made up, make believe conversation that you have with yourself, right? You get in your own head and you think to yourself, well, if I do this and it's not completely perfect, what are people going to think about me? What are people going to think about this product? What are people going to think about my idea? What are people going to think about my company? What are people going to think about the stuff that I'm trying to do? If I fail now, then they're not going to buy it next. And then you see yourself homeless pushing a car in the middle of the street. Listen to me. This is in your head. Get out of your own head. The concept that if something is not right, you are going to be rejected and people are going to really rail at you. This is not going to make you an example. This is going to make you normal, because everybody that has business ideas has crash and burns. Everybody that has business ideas, everybody that is successful now, failed at some part. That's why you have adjustments. That's why you have improvements, right? So get out of your head about what other people say. Remember, if you live by their approval, you will die by their rejection. And number three, the third lie that perfectionism tells us, and this goes to our character and this goes to our soul, is that you're not good enough. You're just not good enough. I don't know why you would think that people will buy this stuff. I don't know why you thought people will attend that event you're doing online. I don't know why you thought people will read your book. I don't know why you thought people will buy products from your company. I don't know why you thought that. Because you are not good enough. I just want to let you know that you might not be the best in the world, but don't let perfectionism stop you from starting. Hold yourself to high standards, but not unreasonable ones. Next week, I'm going to talk about passivism, which is the other side of the coin, stuff that keeps you from growing. But for now, understand that you're loved, that you're special. Get out of your own head, move ahead, even though it's not perfect. I'm hoping that you are encouraged by this to finally take the step that's going to bless a lot of people.